This is an interesting question.
I touched on this concept in a recent live stream where I asked the question, why do we keep buying more fragrances? And there was a multitude of responses on that video, and that really got me thinking. Some of us would say that we simply like to explore new scents. Some of us would say that we're trying to build a very particular function in our collection, or a range of functions. And I can totally get behind that. That's actually kind of a safe bet, as long as it's under control. Some of us would say that we're simply addicted. Yeah. What I'll say to that is I've seen people say I'm simply obsessed with fragrances. I have a passion. But there's a difference between being obsessed with fragrances and being obsessed with getting fragrances. The former is definitely based in passion and curiosity, while the latter is based in addiction. But I believe that the majority of us, even if we do prescribe to some of the aforementioned reasons, we have a primary reason why we continue to buy new fragrances, and that is this pursuit of the one. Even though we already might have a lot of fragrances, we're still buying. We're looking for that one. Now, what is the one? I think we're seeking that one fragrance that smells categorically incredible. We love the scent from first spray. We are completely infatuated. We love it inside and out. We love it top to bottom. It makes our eyes roll back. It makes us convulse. You get the idea. But in all seriousness, I think we want to love this fragrance more than we have loved any other fragrance that we own or have smelled. That sounds kind of severe, but I don't think it's far from the truth. You know, at least me personally, I don't want to get a new fragrance that I don't like as much as fragrances I already have. I'm simply not going to wear that fragrance. Also, this one fragrance, it performs well. Maybe it'll last an entire work day. I know a lot of people do work 9 to 5s or whatever that looks like for you, and you want your scent to last all day without having to think about reapplying or worrying if it's detectable. And you want to be able to smell it throughout the day and love it at least equally, if not more than how much you loved it when you first sprayed it on. You want it to keep your interest. And finally, maybe it gets us compliments at every corner we turn from anyone and everyone. Your mom, your dog, the mailman, your ex, your crush, your coworker whom you secretly find annoying, your sociology professor, Tiffany in accounts receivable, your second grade teacher. If you're in second grade, you have no business watching this video.
Goodbye.
All of this makes us feel better about ourselves. That is the ultimate goal. We're looking to fuel our self-esteem when we seek compliments. Now, perhaps we don't seek this fragrance to be the last one, but at least the next one, or the one that will set a new bar for our tastes and our practical fragrance wearing. But you and I both know
that this is a paradoxical pursuit.
Because even if you do find that fragrance, it can only be that for a limited time. Sorry, a week, a month, a year if you're lucky. Why is this? Well, to put it very simply, the human brain is kind of naturally hardwired to seek variety, to seek newness, and it will numb to repeated stimulus. You already know this. So where does this leave you? It leaves you back on fragrance buy, scouring the new releases page for something new to buy. Now, what am I trying to say with this video? Well, what I'm saying is this pursuit is not inherently a bad thing until it becomes unhealthy, until it truly takes a hold of your purchasing habits. The term unhealthy can be subjective, it can be relative, but just for the sake of clarity, I will quantify it as making weekly bottle purchases. If we're going to confine it to time, which is a very important thing for us humans, I think on a weekly basis, if you're making bottle purchases, that can be a sign of a problem. Now, I'm not trying to say you need to stop buying fragrances. No. Otherwise, what's the point of me making these videos? I love fragrances. You love fragrances. We're going to keep talking about them. We're going to keep trying new stuff. But all I'm saying is slow the pace. Enjoy what you already have and purchase with selectiveness and thoughtfulness. I don't think you're going to regret that. This takes control, and it takes knowing when not to buy, which can feel like a very unnatural thing. It means you're literally going against this desire that you have burning within you. And naturally, we feel that we are taking care of ourselves when we fulfill our desires. But what you're actually doing is fostering discipline and self-control. Just because you have the cash doesn't mean you gotta spend it. So this is my final point. I understand that reviewers, like myself, play a role in this. I've talked about this before. We can easily and unintentionally make the idea of owning and acquiring hundreds of fragrances, and you can see it a lot of the time on a shelf behind us or an entire wall. You see that, and it makes it look like a fantasy. It makes it look easy. It looks very appealing, especially on camera. Now, many of us reviewers continue to acquire new fragrances for several reasons. Mostly, I would say, to continue to have new content for you guys to watch. We need to infuse new fragrances into our channel so that we can talk about them and you guys can not see the same old fragrances in every video, because who's doing that, right? No one's. Oh, there's people who still talk about Dior Sauvage. All right. But a lot of reviewers continue to buy for not too different a reason as you, which is addiction. A lot of us are addicted to this thing. I used to be addicted. Towards the start of my channel, I had a problem. I was purchasing fragrances every week, 3 to 5 at a time. As soon as one box came in, I was cracking it open. I was smelling everything. And I'd say by the next night, if not the night after, I was already looking for my next purchase. Now, this is not to say reviewers should start discouraging buying new fragrances. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. That would be extreme. Again, what would be the point of making fragrance videos on YouTube at that point? But we should be sharing the caveat with our recommendations that you don't need to be in a hurry. There is absolutely no rush. Even if you see us speaking passionately about a fragrance on camera, you don't have to buy right then and there. Maybe add it to a list. I have a giant wish list of fragrances that many of which I still have yet to buy or try even. Take your time. Anyway, that's it. I want to know what you think down in the comments. Let's have a discussion about it, as we always do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.